Alright guys, we're back at it again. We got the breakdown and the predictions for One Fight Night 32, Nakrob versus Jaosuayai. Used to be Sheer, well, it was originally this, then it got changed to Sheer Cohen versus Alicia Rodriguez, but that fell out and there was a lot of drama behind that, so I'm not really going to get into too much into that, why that was, because I don't know why that was, and you probably don't know either. So, here's what we're going in. So, apparently the first fight on the card is Tagir Khalilov versus a Chinese Muay Thai fighter called Liao Shixu. I could not find any information on this guy, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pick Tagir. Why? Because I know who Tagir is, and I expect him to win by KO. Because, again, I really like that this thing is very meticulous. I love it. I love this thing. But anyway, I believe there are just, no one's making picks on Tagir, poor Tagir. But I don't know how I feel about Tagir because he's lost a lot of his fights. Like, a lot. He lost badly to Nakrob, lost clearly to Kung Thorny. He's just had a lot of ups and lows, as a lot of fighters tend to do in one. One is a promotion where your record doesn't matter as much as you might think, because you're always fighting good guys, unless, you're rarely... The only people who don't fight good guys are, like, Golden Boys. But even then, people complain about it so much that I doubt that's really happening anymore. Like Rotang, right? Like, those 2 years have been fighting, like, not good fighters, but that's beside the point. Alright, Nicolas Vigna versus Dzhabir Tagir. So, I know about Nicolas Vigna. He's an older fighter, and a lot of, like... I don't know what it is, but so many Argentines are older in MMA, with like the newer, especially the old ones. Guido Canetti, the other Canetti fought in Combate Global. A lot of Argentines, Ponzinibbio, this guy, a lot of them are just old, which is funny because now we got the two new ones in the UFC, Bravo and I think Ribovic. But yeah, Vigna is really only known for getting smoked by Tolo in Jiu-Jitsu, which is a thing he probably wasn't going to be good at. And now he's fighting Dzhabrailov, again, a guy out of Dagestan who moved to Turkey. And this is a good one because I think it's going to be a good fight. But it's just one of those things where, like, this guy's young and he's good, and it's going to be more of a lot of these Argentines are pretty good wrestlers. Not good wrestlers, but good jiu-jitsu grapplers. So I'm going to pick Dzhabir because Dzhabir is already debuted in one as a proper MMA fighter. Where, like, Nicolas, although I've seen his record, I think he's decent. He could give him a good fight. He's just going to get, I think it's going to be a gassing out thing. Just 35-year-old guy versus 20-year-old guy. If Nicolas isn't that much more skilled than Dzhabir, I think he loses. And I don't think he is that much more skilled than him. So that's why I'm picking Dzhabir. Let's go. I'm picking the blue. Yep, I think that's the correct one. And this is one that I have a lot to say about. Ricardo Bravo versus Arian Esparza. Ricardo Bravo is a weeaboo, for those who don't know, because he lives in Japan, I believe. I believe he lives in Japan with his family. And he's had a good run so far in one championship. I think yeah. But yeah, weird thing here is that apparently he kickboxed against George Jarvis, and I didn't expect that, so that's a strange thing that I didn't really expect for a brief moment, so I don't know why. But, like, yeah, that's strange. George Jarvis, so two Muay Thai guys kickbox for some reason, and yeah, I forgot about that happens. And he's going against Arian Esparza. You probably don't know who Arian Esparza is if you don't pay attention to the regional Muay Thai scene. Arian's pretty good. He's fought in RWS. He's already fought in one. He didn't win, though. But he used to be a WBC USA Muay Thai champion, and he won a Rising Stars Muay Thai title. So he has a good North American Muay Thai pedigree. And again, he has a win in RWS before. He said, nah, I'm going to sign one. So it's one of those things where, like, again, he came in, he didn't do well, unfortunately. He lost, and he lost pretty clearly. But it's one of those things where, like, I think this is a winnable fight for Arian. But I just don't know if I trust in him because, again, so when you have your footing in one like that, it's one of those things that it can mess you up. And it can really mess you up if you don't have it down right. So I think Arian could win, and I want to pick him because I'm biased towards Americans. But it's one of those things where Ricardo's good, man. Ricardo's very good, and he's already proven himself over in Muay Thai, at least in one. He's beating a lot of guys. He's beating, like, Oliver Hansen, decent fighter. Dempanam, not really the best fighter. Kanan, decent fighter. So I want to pick Arian, but I have to pick Ricardo just because I want to make a good pick. Although I'm rooting for my boy. I throw my heart out to him. Let's go, Ricardo Bravo. So I think Ricardo gets the decision. And there we go on that. And no, not enough people vote for this one either. Now, this is an interesting one. Next up, Ibragim Duaev versus Magomed Akaev. 2 Russians fighting each other. So it's going to be a good one. So the thing about this one is that I think Ibragim Duaev is going to win because I've seen him. He only has one fighting one, and it was against Mark Alvarado. And Mark Alvarado is a good fighter. He gave Quan Wan Il a really good fight. So I think he could give. I think the fact that he can like take down and strike with someone like Mike Alvarado, he can definitely take on a Magomed Akaev, who, although I think he's the bigger fighter. No, he's the shorter fighter. But like I think he's bigger in terms of mass. So I think it's one of those things where I just don't see how this Magomed Akaev guy, who's been a regional dude, unless he has, and I looked up some of his highlights, it's one of those things where I just think Ibragim is going to be able to deal with his wrestling, is just going to outstrike him, and also take him down. So it's going to be one of those things where like one Russian better than the other Russian overall. Great fight. And yeah, I kind of like seeing doggies, where like just these grappling heavy Eastern Europeans go at it. Like you'll probably not see something replicate like that Arman Sarukian versus Islam Makhachev fight, but it's always fun to watch. So because that, I'm picking Ibragim Duaev. Yep. However, I think that's biased because everyone knows who Ibragim is. Oh man, it's not that long of a card. All right, now Johan Estupinan versus Taiki Naito. So this is a tough one because Taiki is good, man. Taiki's just good. He's good at kickboxing. He's good at Muay Thai. There isn't anything he's bad at. It's just, again, he always fights the best guys, and when he does, you're gonna get mixed results. Like again, Shirzad Kabutov, Amir Nasiri, but then losing to Kong Elise Mahmoudi, got knocked out by him, then Kong Thoranin. It's just one of those things where like Taiki is good, but the thing about Johan Estupinan is, although he's so inexperienced compared to Taiki Naito, at least in terms of like overall fights at the highest level. It's one of those things where like with Johan, he's an excellent student of the game, dude. He's just so good at learning, and when you see a guy that's really good at learning, you kind of do one of those things where you're like, oh wow, this guy, he gets better with every fight. And not just that, he's long, he's athletic, he's explosive, and just again, he has good fight IQ. He robbed out initially against Sean Clamaco, but literally ever since that Sean fight, he did well against Jamari. He outstruck Ghazali, and he got a fraud, and he knocked him down. He got knocked down too, but that knockdown was lucky fraudulent in my opinion. I don't think it was a real knockdown. So yeah, it's just one of those things where like I see that, and I think that Johan, he's probably going to pick up the win, and I think he's going to take out Taiki Naito. I really do. But other than that, though, I think it's a pretty clear-cut decision, and that's why I think it's going to happen. So let's go. Red will win. Yep, I think that's good too. Now, Johan, this is the one. So I interviewed Diego Paez a couple weeks ago, and the thing about this one is that I really want Diego to win. And like again, I look at him, and I'm like, Diego's actually pretty good. Like he's got good footwork, he's got good spinning techniques, elbows, punches, kicks. He can do a lot of good things. He's just a good American-style Muay Thai fighter. And Johan Ghazali is also from the United States, but he trains out of Malaysia. Is just a guy who's naturally gifted. But it's also one of those things where, like, if you look at the people he's beaten, those guys are a little bit smaller than him, and they kind of get caught up in the power. It's one of those things where, like, there's some fighters who do Muay Thai, and they'll be like, man, this guy hits hard. I guess I lose. And I think that's kind of a trend. So I like Johan Ghazali. I think he probably could win, but I think this is the one where I'm going to take a risk. I think that Diego Paez is going to take it. I think Diego Paez is going to do the exact same strategy of Johan Ghazali, Nguyen Tran Dui Not did, or Nguyen, just Nguyen, not the whole name, and just use that footwork, use long-range attacks, stay away from the big overhands and the crosses, because those are going to be the big ones. Probably the body shots too, and just try to out Muay Thai him and not brawl with him. Not just stand the pocket and exchange and do the game that someone like him will want to do. So yeah, that's what I think is going to happen, and I do really think that Diego Paez has the skills and he has that abilities, despite the fact that he's owned one championship and he lost to Sean. I think he could do it, although this is the one that, again, this is the riskiest pick easily. So I'm picking Diego, even though people are going to pick Johan. See? I think he gets the decision. So I don't think Johan's getting knocked out for a while. Too young, pretty durable. All right, Aliff Debchan versus Elmehdi El-Jamari, Zakari El-Jamari's brother. So this one's a really, really good fight. I'm really excited for this one because, like, Aliff is a KO machine. Like, literally a KO machine. And I think he's done kickboxing. He's done a couple. Yeah, that's his one loss against Zheng Paimeng. But in Muay Thai, I think he hasn't lost yet in one championship. So it's one of those things where, like, I think that he's going to probably win this fight, but just because of the experience and just having a longer Muay Thai record. But the thing is that he is the smaller fighter. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I thought Elmehdi was the smaller fighter. But Elmehdi probably is just more thick and more muscular. But the thing about Elmehdi is that Elmehdi, like his brother, very athletic. Excuse me. Very athletic and very long. So it's one of those things where, like, I think that he's going to be able to close the distance and catch him, kind of like the way he did with Dong Poon. Like, the way he beat Dong Poon, like, just crushed him. I think he could probably do that to Aliff if he's just careful to watch the power coming back. I think Jamari probably has the greater power and is the faster fighter. But if he doesn't win the first round, the fight will slowly go towards Aliff. So I want to pick Jamari because he's a really good one-round fighter. But Aliff hasn't lost yet, and his defense isn't really that bad. So I have no reason to question his defense. So because of that, I am going to be picking my boy, Aliff Sordepchan, to win this fight. And yep, a lot of people agree with me. And this is going to be the hardest one because both these guys are so damn good, man. Beating Dennis Puric, he obliterated my enemy, Dennis Puric, because I don't like Dennis Puric. You would have put Surianek, and then who would Nakrob beat? Yeah, he fought Kong Lung, Poing Lung, Doan Dalek. Like, these are all good wins, and they both have so much experience and such good backgrounds in one, because they both fought and won for a while. This is a toss-up fight. This is a true toss-up fight. But in terms of who I think will get things done, although I like Nakrob and I've watched him more, I think Jaosuayai is going to get it done. I really do. I think Jaosuayai is going to be just a step ahead. Think of like Nango versus Kong Torani, where, like, again, Kong clearly beat Nango. The first time that Nango just absolutely went back to his old game plan and, like, let the tank out to try to really beat someone like Kong Torani. I think Jaosuayai will probably be able to do that. But the thing is, they're both young. So it's a toss-up, man. It's a real toss-up. But because of those certain things and the fact that I think Jaosuayai just is probably a bit the more physical fighter, I'm going to pick him to win. I'm actually going to pick him to win. So, other than that, though, yep, and this is a toss-up. And again, that's why I'm picking Jaosuayai. I'm surprised that the people agreed with me. I thought they'd pick Nakrob. Both good fighters, man. But other than that, though, I know it's a shorter video, and if you're wondering why I sound different, it's because I changed the locations. I'll explain that probably sometime in the future what happened. So, because I'm not even uploading as much because, like, stuff changed in my life. But other than that, though, guys, thank you so much for being here. Like, comment, subscribe, support your boy. Other than that, though, you guys take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go.